Nitai Gaura, Nitai Gaura, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees. 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 All glories to Shri Guru Guranga, Srila Prabhupada, Nitai Gaura, Premanandi, Hari Bol. I would suggest you all move in a little bit more, so if more people come, they also can come in without flying. And English is preferred language, I suppose, huh? Only option. No? So I'm very joyful to be here, to see all of you, to come here directly after Pula Vishwa Vaishnava Raj Sabha meeting, which was very constructive, very enthusing. Could say every year a little bit better. A lot of space for development is there, undoubtedly. Actually, I came here on the request of Sadhu Maharaj, because he said, if you go by in that area, you have to stop by. Of course, where's Daita? He left?
He left. But he will come, I meet him, he just picked up somebody.
So we met some of you before, and so it's very nice to come by and see what Mahaprabhu's mission is all about in Croatia, no? Because whenever you have a chance to meet some devotees, you're very lucky, and I'm very excited to see that somebody is determined to put Krishna in the center. Obviously this is an example of this, because Krishna Govinda ji is in the center here. I don't want to flatter, but I think that what Grihastha life is really all about, if you want to be a lucky Grihastha, to keep Krishna in the center. Of course, everybody develops spiritual life as they can and as they can understand it. But matter of fact is, when we enter the Grihastha ashram, we are promising that we will live with Krishna in the center in our family. Then the sannyasi will say, okay, then I will also go to that type of marriage. Because if marriage means that bye-bye, from now on you're going to be engaged in economical development for the next 30 years, and then we can talk again about devotional service, you know, then it would be not a reason to feast, it would be a reason to start a major lamentation. Because preaching is such a unique and such a wonderful engagement, it really puts you at the essence of life itself. It puts you in connection with the heart and soul of everybody's concern. It really puts you into the top priority of life as it is. So therefore, when you are in the middle of a spiritual attempt, marriage should not be the reason to throw everything out of the window. As a matter of fact, marriage can be a very sacred affair. Should be, could be. You have to make it that way. I mean, just if you consider what it means to center your life around Krishna, center your family around Krishna, center your education of your children around Krishna, to make your life a true commitment with God. And what does it matter whether you're married or not? It's nothing to do. I mean, you can die when you're married, you can die when you're not married, so it doesn't matter. You have to think of Krishna. So if you're not prepared for that, then you're lost. So you have to consider that amazing possibility which is there within the chanting of the holy name, which is really the entry card to anything special, transcendental, above you. So, a home with Krishna in the center. Well, there's certain things we have heard from great souls about what does it mean to establish a home with Krishna in the center. You see, in Kali Yuga there's so few places where Krishna in the center. And sometimes even the few temples which are there, they're empty, but the bars and the cinemas, they're full. So it's just not such an easy thing to put Krishna in the center. It actually means something. There is somebody who loves Krishna. There's somebody whose prime concern is Krishna, and he wants to share it with others. That makes a temple. Therefore, a preacher is a place of pilgrimage. Doesn't matter where he is. He can go in a park. He can say, "I'll meet you tonight at the park, and we're going to have a kirtan." That's the place. That's the holiest place in town at that moment. Wherever the chanting is going on, wherever the sharing is going on, wherever the true concern, wherever the true compassion is going on, that is the holiest of all places. And we want to go to the holiest of all places. We don't want to go to the museum because they got Radha Krishna in there, which they probably stole in some temple some 100 years ago, and that's not the holy place we want to go. As a matter of fact, many deities ended up in museums nowadays. But you can't get them out of there. So, except in one occasion in Stockholm, the devotees went to the museum director and told him, "What you're doing is nonsense. You have the sacred deities here and there's no worship going on." Then the museum financed the temple inside the museum, and they gave the devotees all the right to be the pujaris there, with everything, including donations and books and everything. Exceptional circumstances, no? But the holiest of all places is where the holiest of all people are, where the holiest katha is going on, where the holiest of mantras is being chanted, where the holiest of books is being read. That's the best and the foremost place. And that, of course, has to be within the realm of your trust. Unless you have trust there, it's meaningless. If you're going there with suspicion, you know suspicion leads to suspension. So you don't even have to go. This trust is such a crucial thing, and how do you get that trust? That is a transmission which is really, really secret. That transmission of trust is the contagious touch of Shraddha. When you find a devotee who's really fired up, he can easily draw you into his enthusiasm and can tell, hey, don't miss out on this one. I'm going to go right now. Are you coming? Where are you going? Come and see. Huh? When you see it, I'll tell you. No, this is a startling experience. No, I'm not going anywhere. You're not going to drag me somewhere and make me a loser. But when you see the eye, the shining faith in the eye of somebody, you know I'm not going to be a loser to go with this guy. And that's the way how we go on this path. This is how we meet a sadhu, or somebody who loves a sadhu. And then we want to meet that sadhu, and then we hear that sadhu is for real. And serving God is for real. And you can participate if you wish to. Of course, you're wholeheartedly invited. Why? Because we are all linked to each other. We are all one big family. Nobody can say, I don't belong to this family. Even those who are not in a human form of life, they're also part of our family. Every living being is part of the family. Every tree is part of the family. Every beautiful, love-searching soul is an intense member of Krishna's loving super creation. And somewhat lost, somewhat drawn out into the mundane world and trying to find love in God anywhere and everywhere and never finding Him, getting gradually depressed and morose. So, contagious sadhus are really the greatest of all treasures. Not those who are very concentrated on themselves. Like in Spanish, we have a nice word which is called ensimismado. Means your whole focus is only on yourself. Me, my studies, my inheritance, my